In this lesson, we are going to look at some very useful features in Microsoft Excel that help you work faster and understand your data more easily. The features we will learn are tables, flash fill, slicers, and sparklines. Now, these tools are created to help you organize data, clean data, filter information quickly, and visualize trends. Now, let's start with the first one, which is table. An Excel table is a structured way of organizing your data. Instead of working with plain rows and columns, Excel allows you to convert your data into a table, which gives you additional tools for sorting, filtering, and formatting. Tables make your data easy to manage and easy to analyze as well. Now, imagine you have data like this. In one column, you have name, another column, you have product, price, quantity. Now, this is a normal data inside an Excel cell. But if we convert it into a table, Excel will automatically add features that make working with the data easier. Now, how do you create a table, you ask? To create a table, you have to, first of all, have a header, and then you have to highlight the data you want to turn into a table. Next, go to the Insert tab at the top of Excel, then click Table. Excel will show you a dialog box asking if your table has headers. By the way, headers in Excel are the titles or labels at the top of each column in your data. They describe what kind of information is in that particular column. If your first row contains column titles like name, your next column has its title as product, next title price, etc., then check that box that says my table has header, because your table has header. That is your header. Then click OK, and voila, your table is now converted into a table. Your data is now converted into a table. So, benefits of tables. Why should you have tables in your Excel worksheet? When data is converted into a table, Excel automatically gives you several benefits, a lot of benefits. First, each column gets a filter button, which allows you to quickly filter or sort your data. Secondly, Excel automatically applies formatting such as alternating row colors, which makes the data easier to read. And lastly, tables automatically expand when you add new rows, meaning the table grows as your data grows. Now let's talk about another powerful Excel feature called Flash Fill. Flash Fill helps Excel recognize patterns in your data and automatically fill the remaining cells for you. Well, this can save lots of time when cleaning or reorganizing data. Now, imagine you have a column with full names such as, let's say, John Smith, Sarah Johnson, Michael Brown, and the rest. But you want to separate the first name from the last name, or you want the last name to come before the first name. Instead of typing everything manually, FlashFill can do it for you. Now, how to use FlashFill? First, you create a new column when you want the result. Next, manually type the first example. For example, if the full name is John Smith, type John Smith in the new column, then press enter. You always have to press enter. Then go to the data tab and click flash fill. Excel will look at the pattern and automatically extract the first name for the rest of the list. Or if you want it to be the other way around, where the last name comes first and the first name comes last, you can do it that way. You put the last name first and the first name second, and then you click on enter and then go to your data tab, flash fill. Flash fill will look at that. Now let's talk about slicers. Slicers are visual filtering tools that allow you to filter table data with buttons instead of menus. They make filtering data much faster and easier to understand. Imagine you have a table showing sales data for different products. You might have columns like product, region, amount, etc. If you insert a slicer for product, Excel will create buttons for each product. When you click on one of those buttons, Excel will instantly filter the table to show only that product. Now, how do you insert a slicer into your Excel sheet? You have to follow these steps. First, you have to create a table, and after doing that, you have to click anywhere inside your table. Next, you go to the table design tab. We will talk about that later in the course. Then click insert slicer. Excel will show a list of the column in your table. Select the column you want to filter by, or you can select all columns, then click OK. Excel will create a slicer with buttons that allow you to filter your data instantly. The final feature we will look at is called Sparklines. Sparklines are small charts that appear inside a single cell, and they allow you to quickly see trends in data without creating a full chart. Now, imagine you have monthly sales data for a product, January, February, March, April, May, and so on. You want to track how these products did over the months. Instead of creating a large chart, you can insert a sparkline inside one cell that shows whether the sales are increasing, decreasing, or fluctuating over time. Now, how do you insert a sparkline? To insert a sparkline, you would have to select the cell where you want the sparkline to appear. Next, go to the Insert tab. Then look for the sparkline group. You would see three options. You see the line option, column, win or loss. These are basically just showing you different ways the sparklines will appear. Choose the type of sparkline you want. Excel will then ask you to select the data range. Select the range containing the data you want to visualize, then click OK. Excel will create a small chart inside the cell, and that is your sparkline.